Morning everyone, back again another Sunday morning. Made her through another week. Just crazy weather again. This winter's just hanging on like crazy. We had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, highway closures, blowing snow. There was places you couldn't drive 5-10 kilometers an hour. You could barely see where you were going. So needless to say, I didn't get a lot done at work, and actually didn't get a lot done on the car. I've been kind of screwing the pooch a little bit, but I have got a little bit done. I'll show you what I've been working on. I got the list here. She's not getting, there's less marked off than there is not. The intake manifold I have installed with the new gaskets. Wiring harness on the engine is installed. PCM's mounted. I did have to add, I still have to redo the C100 harness, which is the harness that ties the accessories and everything to the engine harness. Still waiting for parts. The AC compressor never came in. I think the weather had something to do with it. The engine harness doesn't look like much now, but I had to dissect the whole thing. As I said before, the starter on the Hemi is on the passenger side. On the transmission I'm using, it's on the driver's side, so I had to reroute the main battery cable from the starter, as well as the main cable that comes from the alternator. I knew I could figure it out there. The other thing I had, this intake manifold, like I said, is off a truck instead of the car. The engine's out of a car. I was hoping to use the throttle body off of the car. For some reason they changed the bolt pattern by about 1/8 of an inch, so it won't fit. My only worry now is this PCM may not communicate with this throttle body. So if that happens, I'm going to be in a real pickle. I'm going to end up having to redo everything on top here, including the wiring harness, because I'll have to go back to the car intake. And there was a few issues. The mass airflow sensor goes in at the back on the car, in on the front, so I had to take that out of the harness, rework it up to the front. I'm hoping to get some steering work done on it. Excuse me, losing my voice today. She's getting kind of full in here. I thought there was lots of room until I got to the wiring. I got all the wires run over here to the alternator, the cam position sensor, and the oil pressure. Switched to the PCM. I used the coil pack adapters from DIY Hemi. Got them plugged in. I'm going to zip tie these all nice and neat to the fuel rail. Got the wiring harness tucked in nicely around the back. We have one plug-in. The engine harness is plugged into the PCM. I've got the C100 plug here. I've got that mess over on the bench. I'll take you and show you that here right away. So I have two more plugs to go in. I have the neutral and the black, and they each do different, one's power distribution and the other one runs the OBD2 as well as the throttle. So I have this mess here that I have to get sorted out, try and shorten up. These are quite long, and it only needs to be the distance between the computer plugs and the C100 needs to be about there. My gas pedal lead, as you can see, is about 5 feet long, and it only needs to be approximately 2 feet long, so I got to shorten that all up. OBD2, now that we've figured out the issue, we can lengthen the wires up from 12 inches to 2 feet like I'm going to need. You have to run a 120 ohm resistor between the CAN bus positive and CAN bus negative, right where it goes into the black connector here. So I have to do that. So this is going to be my next brain teaser here is trying to get this all shortened up, all of the connections made. I have to get some more 18 to 22 crimps and some more heat shrink to do that. So I think I'm going to work on steering today, see if I can get that steering shaft in there and set up. And hopefully my compressor for the AC is going to be here tomorrow. I think they said delivery by end of day tomorrow. If I get that, then I can put all the lines, the rad and everything on, get everything plumbed, and do the nitrogen pressure test on the AC system, which I'll show you guys how I do, and then we'll set it up and pull a vacuum on it and check for leaks that way. The Freon should be here by the end of the week, so once this thing fires up I should be able to charge it, and we should have cool air, and by then the weather should be good. So looking like from here we're going to have nothing but above zero temperatures during the day. Some of them are pretty high, kind of looking forward to that, which means probably in about 2 weeks this thing could go for a drive if I get my shit together. So anyhow guys, I'll come back a little later once I have the steering here set up a little bit. Okay guys, we're back working on the steering here. Whoa. So on this double D, this is a 3/4 double D. Let's see if I can get the light in the right spot here. What I do for securing these, I'll just take this set screw out. There's 2 set screws in each section of double D wherever it intersects a U-joint. So I get them in here and I put 1 set screw in each one, and just to hold the shaft exactly where I want it. And then I take a, not sure what size it is, it's just a little bit shy of the thread diameter of the set screw. Using the 1 set screw that's in there to hold the shaft in place, I then drill I drill a pilot hole or a mark for it. Just let me turn this. As you can see, let's see, get this up a little further. So this one I've got done already. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I've got the hole drilled in there. So what I've done is on each one of these, I've drilled, I drill a dimple in it to mark the center. Then I put a set screw in there and I take the other one out, rotate the shaft, and I drill to put the dimple in. It gives me a dead accurate spot for drilling in the drill press. So I've done that with all of these. And then what I'm going to do is I drill halfway through the shaft with a little bit bigger drill bit than the size of the threads. And then when I put it all together, I use red Loctite so it's not coming apart. With the set screws going halfway through the shaft, it gives you good peace of mind that it's not going to come loose there. So once I get this all pieced back together here, I'll bring you back. Okay guys, so I'm back again. One of the shafts done here. So what I've done is I drill a hole just about halfway through on this one. And on this one, you just put a dimple. It's not even a quarter of the way through, just so that there's a area for the set screw to lock on. At both ends done. If you try and drill halfway through on both, your holes will intersect and then you'll have an issue. So, okay, I'm going to do the assembly on this, throw a little bit of paint on these shafts, and hopefully I got enough set screws. I'll be back. Okay guys, I got the steering all back together. It's all working nice and smooth. I do have to pull my steering wheel. It's out about a quarter turn because I had to add an extra U-joint in there, and they're clocked at 90 degrees, different than they were, so then my forks ended up not straight on the steering wheel, so can't have that. Something I'll have to deal with after I've finished everything else here. So we'll carry on. I thought I was going to get another item off of the list, and that didn't work because I didn't have the steering, redoing the steering on the list. So I added it just so that I could take it back off. So anyhow, guys, thanks for tagging along. That's a Sunday update. Not a whole lot to show you. It's pretty boring dealing with the wiring and stuff. I should have the compressor tomorrow. Then I can get full bore into getting the AC lines and everything put on. I still have to pull the evaporator out of the inside, and there's the 2 hoses on that have to be installed on the evaporator before I install the evaporator into the car, because there's no way to tighten them once it's in there. So I'll carry on with that tomorrow if the parts come in. And in the meantime, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and take care.